Alright folks, welcome back. You're looking at Wanda, napping here and there. This is the Z30 with the Nikon 28mm f2.8. I can zoom in on her. But he's sleeping somewhere else. There she is, trying to stay nice and warm. I got a good room temperature in the mid-60s. For your Celsius folks, it's 19.2 degrees Celsius. So it's kind of cool in here, but there's a main reason why I want to do that. So if we go here, here's another 28mm from Nikon f2.8, and it's on the ZFC. It's an APS-C DX style camera. Excellent, no problems, never overheats. It does have a 30-minute time limit at 4K, which I hate, but it's a great little camera. I like it so much that I got two of them. I gave one to Peter Gregg, and what I like about it is I have a small rig hand grip on here, which connects to the bottom. You can still get the battery out. You can still plug in, let's say, a mic or a lighting source or something like that. So it has kind of like what it has on top of here. It has an EVF, which I like. I like the retro style dials and buttons and stuff. And of course the back, the articulating screen. Put it all the way back to protect the screen. So there's many advantages to the camera. Very light, easy to handle, easy to use, and you can't go wrong. So, but I'll put that up. What I'm going to talk about is this camera right here. Looks pretty good, but it's a 16mm f1.4. 1.4 to a 2.8. Can you tell the difference? Probably not in the studio. But anyhow, this is on a Z30. And I'm using a Sony E-mount lens, Sigma 16mm f1.4. I use it with a Megadap adapter, the ETZ11 adapter. It has autofocusing. I upgraded this one from, TechCard had one. I think it was like the TM1 or something, 01 or something like that. But it only worked on full frame cameras, and it didn't have any autofocusing. This adapter, the Megadap, the ETZ11 does. They have a newer one, the 21, which has a faster focusing. It'll work with both APS-C and full frame cameras. Color is great. One thing I've been ranting about the Z30 is when you're vlogging and you have the flippy screen out facing towards you, it didn't show everything on the display port, or I mean on the display. So I was missing the volume, I was missing different things. I could reset the certain functions like the shutter speed, the aperture you can do with the lens, or you can now do it. But it was limited in what it was showing. Now, by placing or putting it in an HDMI cable, everything changed. So before, when I wanted to see everything was working properly, I would have to put the flippy screen back to the camera, and then I can work that way. I can see it. And then when I brought it forward, it disappeared. You only saw limited stuff. Once I hooked in the HDMI cable, now I see everything. So you don't see it on the screen because it's a clean HDMI out. And if I think I can turn that off on the settings, put it in camera mode, which I can do right here. Let's see if it will work. I don't know if it'll work. Oh, where's the switch? Sorry about that. There it is. Right there. Okay, it's in camera mode. And you know what? It's a clean HDMI out too. And it's out of focus. Let me fix that. And it looks like dark. Well, this is manual mode. I haven't set it for that, but I'm going to put it back in video mode. What I like. That's what I do with most of my cameras. I use it in video mode. Okay. So, it'll look much better. Interesting. So with the cable out, and I don't think this has gotten an update. The Z30 hasn't, or the ZFC. They're still on the basic firmware update. But how do I look? So I've been practicing this morning. I had a 2-hour video clip that I'm uploading now on the studio tour. The update. What I thought about the Z30, and found out that by plugging in an HDMI cable, you have all the displays. This is what was confusing people. They were contacting me. So, well, you hit the I, the function button or whatever. And you have to do the display. You have to go to... It wouldn't work until I put the HDMI cable in. And I was basically doing the video because I was online last night on Z-Wade live stream, and Chuck from AVP Studios, which I watch every Saturday, commented that Z30 doesn't overheat. Well, Z-Wade and me said, yes, it does. Mine lasts about 35 minutes, but of course I live in Texas, and it's hot here. Right now it's nice and cool in this morning or early afternoon. Camera's doing fine. So with me messing around with the controls a little bit, which you'll see on the video, it messed up, but I hit something wrong. Turn off the camera. Turn it back on. Oh, it overheated. Turn it off. Turn it back on. And it's been on ever since. And it's been about 30 minutes. So, if you're not recording internally, if we're recording like what I'm doing right now to the computer, everything's fine. The camera will stay on. I'm using Ecamm Live software, the new version of 4.0. Excellent. Love it. I rather do stuff live than go and use like Final Cut Pro or DaVinci Resolve, or it just makes things simpler. But anyhow, I just want to say that this camera is performing well. The 16 millimeter, it's sharp. When I viewed it on the TV screen, I have. It's nice to have extra lenses with the right adapters that you don't have to spend a fortune on. You can just transfer it over to another camera, and if everything works great, you know, you're up and running. You don't have to lease or rent a lens. I would recommend doing it to see if you like it or not. But I like it. So I have the 16 millimeter on here. I can put the 30 millimeter. I can put the 56 millimeter. With a 1.5 crop, because it's an APS-C sensor, it would give me like, this would be a 24, equivalent to a full frame. The 30 millimeter would be a 45, and the 56 would be kind of like an 84. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 28, yeah, an 84. Close to 85, and that's my favorite. But then the camera would have to be way far back. But anyhow, at f1.4, what do you think? Can you tell the difference between a 1.4 and a 2.8? Not really. Looks good. Wrong one. Press it on the right camera, Randy. There we go. 1.4. It's pretty good. So I'm happy. All right, what's going on? Put it back here. I was a little frustrated because it overheated, and it worked great as vlogging, but I've always wanted this camera for the studio. It was sharp. I like the ZV-10, which I have over here. This is the A6100 using the G Master 16 to 55, I believe. So ZV-10 is a great little camera, great colors, great focusing, very light, not heavy at all, very simple functions. The only difference is that the HDMI port failed after 3 days. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I was just going to use it for vlogging purposes too. That would have been my travel camera. And if you notice, I had the microphone pointed backwards. So you see, better volume. I like this microphone better than the onboard microphone for the camera. It echoes too much. I mean, I do have the wind thing for it, but I like the microphone better. It sounds better. I would even use the Rode Wireless Go mic instead of using the onboard speaker on the camera. And this is the Z30 tripod, which I like. This is what the Z30 is on also. So it's all aluminum metal. No ball head on top. But it's level, it's straight, and very sturdy. That's what I like. And then, of course, if we go back to here, this is the R7 viewing the 4K TV. And if you can see, I got showing a little bit on the bottom, so I can just scroll a little bit up. There you go. Now you don't see it. So you can use different cameras to utilize different parts or different scenes, which you want to show. But it's about this camera right here. Performing well. This has been 15 minutes long video. It's long enough just to prove that camera's working. I found out that just by plugging in the HDMI cable, I get all my settings back on the screen. So that's an update, which is a good thing. And thank you for watching. Hope this was helpful. There's no way I can show what's on the camera, because I tried other cameras and it just won't focus right on the screen. But take my word for it, and what I'll do is I'll take a picture and make a JPEG out of it to show you that I can get everything on the screen. And in fact, what I could do is take a picture. Alright, see if I can get it focused. Alright, so took that, go here. I don't think you can see it, but what I'll do is I'll put it up as a JPEG file, alright, when I upload this video. And that way you kind of get, oh, so that's what he was talking about. So anyhow, if you like this type of content, please subscribe, hit the like button. Any questions, just write in the comments below. I will answer them. Thank you for watching again. And as always, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye. Yeah, let's put it on Wanda.